Good morning. This is the 23rd of March. It is a Saturday, and I want to share with you briefly what I'm doing. Even though as I'm doing what I'm doing, I am almost confident I'm on the right pace, 100, and say 1,000% confident, but you know sometimes things can backfire in your face if you miss one little small detail. All right, let me explain to you what's going on. The landlord in my apartment returned my rent. The lawyer representing the landlord was able to get the judge to write an order that I owed them accumulating of $18,000 a month. Now, New York State law has a harassment law where the landlord is prohibited from doing that. And at the same time, the landlord offered me $50,000 to run me out and to buy me out the apartment, and I would not take it. And once again, the judge gave them another order to, because they had included late fees in a ledger, to get rid of the late fees and send her the exact amount. So the judge written them another order for me to pay them immediately. And the judge refused to accept our evidence to back us up. If the judge would have taken the evidence, the landlord would have immediately been found guilty of harassment and a frivolous litigation, I'm sorry. But by none of that being done, is why I wanted to get involved to fight for the tenants. I heard about it, but I need to go through it to see just how it was. And I'm gonna tell you, it is hell. It is stressful. It'll kill the average senior citizen who suffer from hypertension and diabetes, and it will kill them. I got to do something to make it better for the people. I'm going to go on, and I wrote them a check for the March rent, but I'm not going to pay them the additional back rent, 18 grand that they owe, because they sent it back. You don't supposed to send a tenant his rent money back. So they use something called occupancy arrears. That's what the judge had in the letters where she had demanded the money. Well, the judge used the wrong method. Occupancy arrears is when a tenant refused to pay the rent, and real property law. Now, occupancy arrears don't protect the landlord who sends the tenant money back. And so it's a technical matter that I'm trying to see if I should not pay because the judge made a technical mistake, or the judge doing it on purpose or deliberately working with the landlord's attorneys. I'm trying to decide on what I want to do on that. Let her write an order to evict me and then fight to appeal it is what I'm trying to decide what I want to do on that part. It's in New York. It's organized crime. The judge and the attorney is known to work together on other cases. They're well known through the court system, through the Supreme Court, New York Supreme Court. They're well known in the Southern District Court in New York, federal court. They're well known. They call them racketeers and co-conspirators. And the attorney team that represent the landlord, there's about 14 of them. They all were not indicted, but convicted on mortgage fraud by a federal jury. And now they're teaming together to get me out of this apartment because the landlord wants me out. And it's good that I'm going through this so that I can really put up a good fight for the people. So anyway, I'll keep you posted. That's where we're at now. I can't say any more on it because I'm trying to figure out my next move. I've done all the legal steps correct. But by them being the judge, being the head of the legal person in this matter, difficult to get through. And you know, if I'm having a hard time getting through, you know you all will never get through it. But you have to really know what schemes they're set up and how they operate. There's just so much going on in between this conversation that I can't say at the moment. I'm sure, but I just don't want to say it right now. Anyway, I'll keep you posted. This is Jimmy McMillan, speaking of the eviction in 107 St. Mark's Place in New York City. Thank you for listening and watching. I'll keep you posted.